Hey guys, it's Maddie.
Tracy.
And Service Dog Nugget and Service Dog Story back there.
Yep.
And we're here on my channel to do 5 differences. We're here to discuss 5 differences between us about service dog handling. Just because we're different doesn't mean we can't hang out and get along. And
Exactly.
service dog handlers are not the same. We all have different personalities. We all have different ways we handle our dogs. We all have different training methods and viewpoints, not just on service dog handling. So we're going to do dog size and tasks. So since I've got a TBI and I've got a lot of body issues, my next service dog has to be big enough for mobility, seizure alert, seizure response, hearing alert, allergen alert. The list goes on and on, multi-purpose. But the dog has to be big enough to do mobility tasks and other things. So he does really good for his size. He tries his hardest for being small. So.
And Story can block in front, block behind, stand between me, pick things up. Some dogs know tasks that other dogs don't know, and just because your dog doesn't know a certain task, it doesn't mean that it's not a good service dog, or yeah.
Nugget does seizure alert and a lot of other things. The only thing you can't do is mobility, and that's why we are looking into getting another dog soon. Proficiency of dog. I am very strict on my dogs. My dog is expected to be as best behaved as he can possible. That requires sometimes a very firm hand, whether that be with corrective tools, whether that be not treat training. I grew up in a family that still does. I grew up around protection dogs, so discipline is something that is very key in how I own dogs. So stuff that Nugget doesn't get away with, stuff that Story does and can get away with, Nugget will never be able to get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
proficiency in dogs.
I'm more easygoing with Story, and some dogs know more than other dogs. Some dogs are treated more strictly than other dogs, and it doesn't mean that you're better or worse than somebody else. Handlers' attitude towards people talking to or petting your dog. How do you handle it, Maddie?
Believe it or not, just because the vest is very rude, I'm very nice towards people until it's a certain point. Or if I say I'm in a hurry and they still try to ask questions, then I snap. Or if it's an adult that literally is looking at the vest and then tries to sneak a pet, then I usually get very angry, very defensive. Because it's my dog, you know. For some people, for some disabilities, someone petting your dog isn't that much of a risk. For me, it's a very big risk. If you know anything about TBIs, traumatic brain injuries, you really shouldn't have a dog miss an alert. It's a very serious thing. So
Maddie can be very confrontational. I tend to just ignore them and put my blinders on and mind my own business.
Well,
or
it's the petting.
Like today when we were at the movies and we went to the bathroom and there was a lady who started talking to our dogs. I told the lady, I said, you know what, you're not supposed to talk to service dogs, because when they have a task to do and they're focused on you, then they can miss an alert for their handler and it could be dangerous. So I was really nice about it. If Maddie would have handled
I didn't say anything.
No, but
I could have.
If you would have handled it, your tone of voice would have been different than mine was.
I have a very, very deep voice rather than you, so.
No, you would have been like, excuse me. You don't touch service dogs. And
no, you don't. She was talking to him. I don't really. It's more like it's more of a, my new thing is just, can you not?
But when we first started hanging out, you were a lot
God.
worse. Yeah. Not worse, but you were a lot more confrontational than you are now.
Well, it's because adults should know better.
Yeah.
Kids, I'm very flexible with kids. Unless they are being absolute spawns of Satan, I'm pretty good with kids.
Attitude towards fake service dogs and approaching or not approaching fake service dogs. What do you do?
I don't approach.
Yeah.
I record because 80% of the time, that dog's gonna charge at my dog, and I need recording in case I kick the dog in the head, because charging at my dog's small, you know, stuff like that. Record it, and I also do record it so that I can show the manager, hey, you're allowed to escort this dog out because it's being a disruptance.
If I see a dog that I think is fake, I will go the opposite direction. I'll do everything I can to avoid it. I
don't confront them.
Yeah.
I don't openly confront them.
Yeah, but you don't like run from them like I feel like I
don't
do.
run from them. I will take a bite for that dog.
I avoid them. That's my alarm.
Nice.
Okay.
Political belief.
Political and religious beliefs.
We are both very different. I don't even know what party I'm in, so I can't tell you.
We have ideas that are at the opposite ends of the spectrum. You cannot be any more different than we are religiously and politically. But that doesn't mean that we can't be nice to each other.
She's got a religion, I don't.
And respect each other's beliefs and or disbeliefs or whatever. And political topics. Sometimes we discuss political topics and she has her view and I have mine, and it's okay if they're different.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really argue about politics a lot.
No.
Because I do support gun control. I grew up on a farm, so yeah, it's not, you know, I do see the point in guns. I have used guns. I've hunted in the past. I don't see the point in taking away guns from people that should own guns. We just watched a movie about a guy who unfortunately didn't have guns in the house, and his wife unfortunately died in a gun violence accident.
I think we're almost the same on that topic.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're similar.
We do have a lot of, like, same things, you know. If you're gonna label me, it's probably Democrat. I don't know. That's just what I've been told I am. I don't really have a political party. I don't really have a religion. I'm more of a person that lives life to the fullest, or tries to. So I don't want to fear that everything I do, that I'm upsetting some deity, or whatever. You know, I have been religious in the past. It's just not for me.
And Maddie calls me a goody two-shoes because I don't curse, and...
You are.
Yeah.
Very much so.
But it's not a bad thing. I mean, like, I don't offend you by not cursing.
Yeah, no, you don't offend me, and, you know, even though we have different political party, different political parties and different sexual orientations, we don't bicker about that. Mm-hmm. That's very important. Is, you know, I believe everyone's born the way they are born, whether you believe in God or not, whether you think God made you that way or whatever. You know, I'm someone who supports LGBTQ to the fullest because I'm a part of it. I can't not support it if I'm part of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, we don't bicker about that.
But it's against my religious beliefs, but I don't, as you can see, I don't say I can't talk to you because you do that, and no, I mean, we're still friends.
I mean, technically, in the Bible it says if a man lies with another man, and I'm asexual, so I'm not having sex. So I don't know if that applies to me. I don't know if that rule applies to me.
We're probably going to generate so many religious and political comments that they're totally going to miss the purpose of the video.
Yeah, that's how the internet works today.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope y'all guys enjoyed this. Tomorrow we're going to Missouri, so expect a travel vlog.
Yeah.
Yep, and we're gonna go. I gotta get this one to sleep because he's not gonna get so much sleep tomorrow, and neither am I. So yeah, we're gonna go. Bye guys.
Bye.